How do you do, y'all? This is John, and today we are talking about The Sketch, a new movie out in theaters right now. In Sketch, it deals with this little girl who has these drawings in her notebook. She has been drawing since her mother had passed away, and one day all of her drawings somehow come to life. And some of them are very dark drawings with monsters, and how her and her brother have to go round them up and prevent them from hurting people. Okay, so to get things started, first and foremost, what I liked about the movie. We don't get enough family movies like this very often. Most family movies anymore, they're loud and obnoxious, and, they don't really deal with real world issues anymore. And the ones that do deal with some kind of issues are always political. Just political nonsense that's not appropriate for kids. But in this case, it deals with real world issues, actual real world issues. The whole thing's a complete metaphor for grief. She's fighting these monsters, and she's in an essence, she is fighting her grief. And it's not just her as well, it's also her brother and her father, who have been handling it their own different ways, but in some ways just as ineffectively, or more ineffectively. Now, as far as the characters and the actors playing them go, Amber is the lead, and, like I said, the whole story of the movie is a metaphor for her grief. And the way in which she was handling it is actually smart with, drawings. But like I said, something happens, I'm not going to spoil what it is, and the drawings come to life. How she went about it, it's not bad. It's just stuff happened. Crap happened. Who knew magical crap was going to happen? Not her. And the child actress playing her, I think her name is Bianca Bell. I will correct that if I'm wrong. But she does a great job portraying Amber. And I should also point this out, all of the actors do a good job. Tony Hale, who plays the father, does a good job. Everyone does a good job. I should also point this out, from a visual standpoint, this does not look like a low-budget movie, but it is. This was not a very expensive movie. It was an independent film made on a shoestring budget, and you would not be able to tell that it was a low-budget movie. The amount of effort the cinematographer and the VFX guys put into the film, despite their limited resources, you would not be able to tell it was a low-budget movie. From a cinematography standpoint, this is a well-shot, well-lit movie. It looks great. From a VFX standpoint, it's definitely got the best VFX I have seen from a low-budget indie movie this year by a mile. The only movie I can think of that probably had better VFX, better CGI and stuff, is F1, but that was a big budget movie, not a small indie film. Now, as the story's simple. Like I said, it's a family movie, so it really shouldn't be that too complex, because kids are supposed to be watching it as well as adults. But it is, a good, well-told story that kind of, it's kind of like a mixture of this. Think of a classic Pixar movie, then mix in with a classic Amblin movie, then mix in with a Don Bluth movie, and then sprinkle a little bit of R.L. Stine's horror elements to it, and you have Sketch. And it's a mixture that actually works to the movie's benefit. And, as I have already indicated, Yes, this is perfectly fine for you to take your family to go and see. But I should, make note of this. This isn't your typical stupid modern kids movie that's just loud and obnoxious and annoying. This is more like the kind of stuff I was growing up with where, some of it could get mature, some of it could get dark, and, it can get a little scary at times. It's essentially a family-friendly horror film, which we don't get a lot of these days. But, when I was a kid, they were experimenting with that, and they were doing a good job with that experiment. Monster House, Goosebumps, Truth or Scare, they were doing a good job with it. Then they stopped doing it. Maybe this will be a big enough hit to restart that trend, I don't know. But it's definitely not a light, happy, cheery movie. It's pretty dark and mature film, but it does have a positive ending that, your kids will resonate with throughout their childhood. So guys, in conclusion, Sketch, I loved this film, and I really wish we were getting more family films like it. You like the characters, the actors playing them do a good job, the story is good, the visuals, the movie looks a lot nicer than the average low-budget indie film. It's a family film that actually has a meaningful message in it, rather than a stupid, annoying political one. And, I'm not going to lie, it does get dark and stuff, but at the end of the day, the message is positive, and I really highly recommend checking this movie out and going to see it with your family. And I am going to give Sketch a 10. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, please remember, Petetsky will return.